Ayan, si Coach Tim Cone, serious na serious ang mode niya. Alam niya, they have to take care of business sa larong ito to try to get past the quarterfinals into the semis. Ang GlobalPort naman, swerte sila dahil 0-0 uli ang score ngayon sa pag-umpisa ng ating laro. Yan ang ating mga starting lineups. Terrence Romeo and Omar Creme ang backcourt ni Coach Pido Harencio. Famous Pringle and Kramer at the forward slots. Kabilang panig, Star Hotshots at Malyari and Baroka. Penisi, James Yap, and Marcus Blakely. First quarter of action, hatid sa atin ng Motolite. First best hatid service, call 370-6686. And here we go. Action has begun. Referees Herrera, Aquino, and Balao will call the shots dito sa ating laro. First possession goes to the, ano ba yan? Light green?
Stabilo.
Oh, marker color, the uniform. And look at that pass from Blakely to James Yap. Very similar to what happened nung nakadunk si James Yap. Blakely, hindi man lang nakatingin, alam niya kung saan niya ipapasa ang bola.
Ayun ang kagandahan dito kay Marcus Blakely. Yung inside, yung court side presence niya is just fantastic. That's why ilang beses na nakabalik dito sa PBA. But you know, one thing that GlobalPort needs to do right from the start, yung psychological advantage of that 53-point loss, that needs to be erased. And I remember, nung naglalaro pa kami, we were still playing in college and it was a big loss against UST. At yung coach namin that time brought that game tape to the practice at sinabi niya, ayan, go at it, inisirain nyo para matanggal yung psychological advantage. For GlobalPort, for sure they prepared somewhat that way. Kailangan mo makalimutan kasi yun. But at the same time, kailangan mo rin dalhin yung kinakailangan na effort. Alam mo naman kasi, mararamdaman mo, timeout. Mukhang mas maganda ang linaro na. Bakit mas maganda ang linaro ng Star Hotshots? We were outworked. Right. So as a player, you know that. You need to put in that effort to be able to win games.
You have to have a selective memory. Don't forget about the score nung laro nila nung Biyernes. But remember the mistakes that you made and don't commit them again.
Exactly. Yung sinasabi ni Erica kanina, yung second chance points, yung fast break points. You know, these are things that you can control. And you have to understand that the Star Hotshots, ito ang huli nila. Ito ang huli nilang jewel of that crown. So they're gonna do everything to be able to defend it.
That's right. Yung dalawa na nakawala sa kanila after winning all three last season. Last chance to get one here. Doug Kramer's side jumper is short. Kinabayaan na lang tumalbog palabas ng Star Hotshots ang bola. 2-0 pa lang ating score.
And that confidence so far, mapapansin mo, supreme for the Star Hotshots. Itong GlobalPort still not really getting into some sort of rhythm. And the way to get into a rhythm when you're coming off that big loss, you have to set it up on defense.
Right now, they're tapping that ball away, able to disrupt yung opensa ng Star Hotshots past couple of plays. And let's see how the Star Hotshots adjust. There's a pass inside to James Yap. Almost overshot it, but first two baskets ng Star Hotshots, Blakely to Yap ang storya.
And you know what's scary? Madali Madali yung 4 points ng Star Hotshots. Hindi siya yung talagang hirap na yo-yo type of a shot. It's been basically uncontested.
Here's Nick Penisi. Hasn't played much buong conference, pero siya ang primary defender kay Jared Famous. Famous able to get his first attempt in.
Another thing for the imports nitong GlobalPort. Ngayon, hinahanapan sila talaga ng laro. Ngayon sila hinahanapan ng kumpiyansa. This is what they've been brought in for. That edge, that psychological advantage. Kailangan maramdaman ng locals na kaya natin itong team na to.
Gun shy si Penisi from 3. Tumira si Blakely, not quite his range. That went out. And there's a foul on the loose ball play. It's kicked by a GlobalPort Batang Pier. So mananatili ang bola sa Star Hotshots with a fresh 24. Penisi goes to Yap. Short on the one-hander, Graham picks it up. We know this guy can do damage to the hoop as well as from outside. All the way in. Naipit, dinabas kay Stan the man. And they allow his miss to bounce out once again. And so far, early shooting ng GlobalPort, medyo shaky.
At Charlie, even in that first game, yung 3-point shooting ng GlobalPort, which is a weapon they rely on a lot, they did not get too many attempts. Yung usual number of attempts is about 29, 30 a ball game. In that first game, they only attempted 22 times.
Ito na pick dito kay Baroka sa kanan, all the way up top of the key, Malyari. Siya naman nakapasok ng 3. Sa tigyan sa atin ng PLDT Home DSL Triple Play Plans.
Doing a fantastic on the starting point position itong si Alex Malyari and Mark Baroka. This backcourt duo, alam nila na highly touted yung duo ng GlobalPort, but they really showed them in game number 1.
Romeo gusto sumagot. Bounces out on the rebound. Marcus Blakely leaning backwards, but referee Aquino says siya ang may foul, pushing Doug Kramer away. That's the first on Marcus Blakely, and we always know na laging tayong may foul watch kay Marcus Blakely dahil napakalaki ng kanyang dinadala para sa kupunan ni Coach Tim Cone, and when he's in foul trouble, they are as well. Famous wants to go baseline, spins around. Aliwan tira, di pumasok, gets the offensive rebound. That's something they weren't able to do on a regular basis doon game number 1 is second chance points, get second chance points. So doon, foul malaking Mick Pinisi.
You know the beauty of the front line ng Star Hotshots? Meron kang Mick Pinisi to start, meron kang Revis na pamalit, meron ka pang Tahan na papalit na isa pa, di ba? So pang depensa talaga. So that's 18 fouls between the three of them.
Jared Famous, pangalawa na basket dyan sa loob. 4 points for Jared Famous. And we know he will deliberately and purposefully go for more baskets, more production sa larong ito. Vinicius 3 is short. Rebound taken by Malyari. Stripped away by Jared Famous. Ginawa ba yan si Omar Graham to orchestrate. Finds Pringle. Second attempt for 3-point land. Still can't find the mark.
That's okay. Keep taking those shots even if you miss it, as long as it's open, as long as it's coming off a well-executed play.
James Yap, atake. Layup na naman para kay James Yap. Tatlo na yan. 6 of the 9 points for Big Game James.
Pinakita natin dun sa replay natin kanina, yung athletic ability ng James Yap, nakakaangat siya, able to get that dunk, but also his quickness has improved this conference.
Famous jumper mula sa kaliwa. So it's James Yap versus Jared Famous dito sa ating first 4 or 5 minutes ng ating laro.
Nakakatawa. Ang daming nagulat dito kay James Yap sa kanyang pag-dunk ng game na yun. But if you actually follow him on Instagram, makikita mo yung mga videos of him working really hard with Coach John Aquino.
Kaya naman fit na fit rin siya. Banggaan on that rebound. No call is made. Tumama pa sa paa ni Jared Famous. So the ball will stay with Star. 6 seconds to shoot. Kaya reklamo silang Mido Lorenzo. Here's that move a while ago. A stick move mula kay James Yap, brought to us by Jack and Jill Iceman Candy. Ilabas ang tapak.
At that time, Jared Famous opting to lunge at the ball, needing actually to go and try to block the shot of James Yap.
Delaying the game si Omar Graham. Stepped over that line. And that's something to note. Kung close game ito sa dulo, anong pwedeng delay the game yan. Technical foul na tatawagin. 3 from Baroka. Short yun. Anticipated by Jared Famous. 5 minutes into this first quarter. 9-6 ang score. Graham slips on the floor. Picked up by Baroka. He's got Malyari behind him. But Baroka tries to go all the way. Terrence Romeo slaps his arm. 2 generations of FEU point guards. Nagpakbaka doon. Attention, PLDT Home and Smart subscribers, enjoy entertainment everywhere with the country's biggest selection of videos on demand from iFlix. Visit iflix.com and start your complimentary 14-day trial today.
It must be a little bit eerie for GlobalPort because this is basically how the first game started.
And right now, it's a 5-point lead for Star. Naghahabol ang GlobalPort. Nowhere to go but up para sa GlobalPort. Kung kukumpara mo dun sa nangyari sa first game noong Friday,
you can feel na wala pa sa rhythm itong GlobalPort. You know, they really get into a rhythm when Terrence Romeo, Stanley Pringle, they're able to go out on the open court. Pero the Star Hotshots doing such a good job of getting down on defense and not allowing ang GlobalPort to get into it.
Offensive foul, Mick Penisi extended his knee, trying to set the screen. So
that's one of the things. One of the things that Mick Penisi really, it happens to him, you know, more often than not in ball games. Because he is wanting to always give his teammate yung solid na screen na makalusot ka. Pero natatawagan din ng ating mga referees.
And they've been calling that offensive foul moving pick quite consistently throughout this conference. It's something that the guys who set the screens have to watch. Pero mintis na naman, halfway through the first quarter, Marcus Blakely nasa kanyang bola. Contact, basket, no foul, but gets the 2.
So basically, for the Star Hotshots, Blakely is part of every single play that they've scored. Whether he's scored, he's passed, or tapped that basketball.
Well, not a bad guy to go through to set your play. Time and again, 4th straight season he's been here sa Governor's Cup para sa kanilang kupunan. Stan Pringle contra Baroka. He'll make his move. He hits the deck as well. He's able to find Romeo, however. Wala yan sa rebound. Jared Famous loses it. Blakely's way ahead of the pack. Malyari will attack and lob it for Blakely. We saw that coming from a mile away.
Sa pagkakapanalo ng Star, greatly because of that huge margin of 53 last game, syempre mataas ang kumpiyansa ng Hotshots to close out the series with another strong win. Although Coach Tim is one to treat games separately from the others, he just instructed his players to focus #1 on Jared Famous, who is out there very aggressive. Pinaalalahanan din niya ang team to keep painted area protected to avoid penetration, defend well, and stay in front of your man. Balik sa inyo.
Well, they have been staying in front of their men quite well. Dito sa ating first quarter, pero nakalibre si Keith Jensen. And we know this guy will hit threes top of the key, brought to us by PLDT Home DSL. Triple play plans, timely shot mula kay Jensen.
Well, they needed that. They definitely needed something to cheer about. They needed some sort of spark coming from the bench. Yun ang nagawa ni Keith Jensen. At sinasabi natin nung last game pa, kinakailangan talaga yung depensa. Alam naman natin that GlobalPort can score. In that first game, what happened was they were not able to score. Tapos hindi pa sila nakadepensa. In today's game, they need to be able to bring both. Meaning, kailangan makapuntos sila, pero yung depensa din nila, kailangan nila higpitan. Hindi sila pwede magbigay ng napakadaming turnovers like they did in game number 1.
Daming mga layup na nabigay nila sa Stars sa game number 1. Right now, forcing them to shoot a few outside shots. Trying to block that middle. Pringle, shake and bake move. Dinabas kay Graham. And then, right in his face, Mark Baroka has been there.
You know, we talked about them being able to get down on transition defense. So far, the Star Hotshots doing such a good job on that.
Pringle, subok na naman mula sa tres. Hindi niya talaga mahuli. 3 mintis na yan mula riyan. James Yap, siya na nagdala across the timeline. Blakely wants to go baseline. Spin move, handoff kay Yusuf. Tanggal pa ng fake! Kinaliwa pa ni Yusuf. Pinalipad si Jared Famous.
A great confidence para dito kay Yusef Taha. Ang ganda, you know, looks like he's really been working on his big man moves. Na kapag napasahan siya, one little fake, one dribble, strong to the basket.
Forcing his way inside. Jared Famous, umaasa na pipito ang referee, but nothing there. Baroka finds Malyari. Hindi nagmamadali dahil pang oras sa kanilang shot clock. They find James Yap from the left side. Bounces long, tapikan ng bola. Who'll get to it first? Graham able to save it over to T. Romeo. And then naman si Jensen. Congrats na yan a while ago, but this one is short. Sa rebound. Star Hotshots once again coming up with it. Malyari. Off target ang kanyang fast break opportunity doon. Ito si Jensen.
Pero bakit naman nakababa agad yung Star Hotshots?
Yep. Malyari fouls, however, atop the 3-point line. Terrence Romeo gets hit on that play.
You know, one thing big as well for the Star Hotshots in game number 1, yung spread ng minutes. So that means they're coming into this ball game, hindi sila pagod. They're coming in fresh because even Blakely only played 24 minutes.
Half the game lang yun. Ito si Graham sa outside shot, not going. So, yung mga tres, nakikita mo obviously they're trying to see kung baka sakaling gumana. Hasn't been going in so far for them except one by Keith Jensen. Under 3 minutes at least that's the first quarter of action. Blakely trying to make his move. The double is there. He finds Taha. Taha to the cutting JDV. Some contact, no whistle. Here comes GlobalPort.
Let's see, 5 guys once again for the Star Hotshots. Nakababa agad.
Pressing the defense pero pinabayaan na libre si Ron J. Mintis na naman. Malyari being careless with the ball. Buenafe sneaking up from behind. Romeo, thought 3. Ayun kay Famous, patungong basket. He gets the 2. Tapos meron pang foul na kasama. 3-point play opportunity for Jared Famous.
Maganda dito kay Yusef Taha, yung energy na dinadala niya You know, ever since he came back from that injury, tuloy-tuloy na rin yung panalo ng Star Hotshots. They've won 6 of their last 7, if I'm not mistaken.
Tama yun. Ganda na nilaro talaga nila. He's a big part of that. Provides so much for them. Joe Devance. Sa kay PJ Simon. Maganda laro nung last game nila.
Especially in the first quarter, scoring 6 points.
The looper no-go. Bakbakan sa rebound. Taha keeps it alive. Creating space. Supalpal sa top. Jared Famous. GlobalPort on the run. You see Graham on one side. Leaves it for Famous.
First time ever na lamang on the fast break itong GlobalPort. That's what they need to do. Run down a lot quicker.
Nakaagaw pa si Omar Graham. Taha wanted to challenge. Pinabayaan na lang si Graham. Back-to-back baskets for them. Lead has been cut to just 1 for Star Hotshots. So right now, lamang na sila as far as that's concerned. Ito, anong sasagot ito ng Star Hotshots? Hook shot doesn't go. And ito, pagkakataon para sa GlobalPort to take the lead. Romeo tops and pops. Goes out, however. Excited ng boom bench. Mag-i-erupt sana yung GlobalPort bottom pair. Look at the defense ng GlobalPort. That's agresivo. They're pumping. But there's a tip-in. Sino yan? Yusef Taha fighting for that ball. Able to get his 3rd and 4th points of the game.
Okay lang, but the effort was there for GlobalPort to try and stop that play. Mapapansin mo pati sa depensa. They're coming out a lot stronger off that pick and roll.
Romeo, susubukan makalibre. Yes, he does. Jumper from the elbow. Bounces long. Malyari picks it up. 45 seconds na lang natitira sa first quarter. Devance's 3. Online, pero way short. Devance, nice effort to try to save it. Went to Buenape, however. Up fake, kick out to Romeo. Sets from 3. Still can't get it.
I was surprised that none of the Star Hotshots nag-challenge dun sa tira ni Terence Romeo. And you know, one thing, yung pace of play has gone to the side of GlobalPort. Bakit? Bumilis na yung laro eh. And itong Star Hotshots, the way they were doing it earlier on, they were settling down, they were really trying to play methodical basketball at dun sila nakalamang.
Sabayan mo sa takbuhan ng GlobalPort might be.
Sabayan mo dapat pagdating dun sa depensa. Pero pagdating sa opensa, you need to slow things down.
Hipping ang bola inside to Joe Devance. Quick hook up between the big guys.
That's what we were talking about. Ang galing nila mag-set up pagdating dun sa half-court offense. They know which spots to go to.
Last 10 seconds. Pringle looks up at the clock. Makes this move at 6. Kick out kay Ron J. Buenape. 3 to go. What's Ron J gonna do? Try to drive it in. Pectus masyadong hindi kumapit dun sa board. And famous and Taha. Dagger looks after the play had ended. After 1 quarter, Star Hotshots up. Just like in the other game. Pero ngayon, 5 lang ang kanilang lamang.